Flaming Fit here, and welcome back to a new video on the channel. And today, guys, here we are to continue my AFL 23 Adelaide Crows my coach career mode. In today's episode, huge clash coming up against Melbourne at the MCG. If you haven't gone ahead and checked out last week's episode, please go ahead and do so now, because I'm about to spoil it here. Last week it was an 18-point win over the Giants in the end, after we were forced to trail for most of the game and make a really nice comeback. But despite their 5-goal first term, only kicking 4 goals in quarters 2, 3 and 4 combined, we kicked 9 of our own in that time. It was a good win last week, and confidence has got to be high. Our last trip to the MCG saw us lose to Collingwood by 3 points in one of the games of the season, and hopefully this time we can set the record straight and get a win. Now, Melbourne, what sort of form are they coming off of? I've been a little bit patchy and been forgetting to do this throughout the year. Form of the club that has just played. They did lose to St Kilda relatively convincingly a couple of weeks back, and then last week they comfortably got over Brisbane after a really nice performance. So pretty much, I mean, Brisbane's accuracy really did shoot themselves in the foot, and they made a charge late, but it wasn't going to be enough. And of course, our form has been great, and this game is on a Sunday afternoon. It is absolutely huge. We're going to go ahead, pick our lineup. Now, look, I'm going to have to drop somebody eventually. Lockie Murphy's just not doing the job. We need a little bit of height in that forward line. So I'm going to roll with Chase Jones. I think he can be the one to give us a little bit of a spark. Is there anybody sort of taller here? Gallant could be an option. Brown could be an option. Dowling, McPherson. Got Himmelberg. He could be handy as a bit of a taller player that could probably play anywhere, especially considering that our team might be a little bit undersized. Even though we are rolling with the 3 key forwards, McHenry's unfortunately injured, otherwise probably would have brought him in for Murphy. So, yeah, I think that we're going to roll with that. Yeah, I think that we'll just have to do that. But I think Jones in the forward line should be better. I think that'll... Yes, just the one change. We haven't made a lot of changes throughout the year indeed, but no, I'm very happy with that change indeed. Now to the ladder. Well, now to the fixtures, then to the ladder. So, Essendon defeat the Dogs by 1 point. Gold Coast defeat the Giants by 3 points. It's the round of the year. Richmond got over Hawthorn by 32. Carlton smashed West Coast by 62. Brisbane got over Geelong by 15. They're drawing the Port Adelaide Collingwood game. Let's just have a look at this. Oh, wow. Wow. Have a look at that. Anyway, though, round 19 looks to be a great round, and we've got a couple of big games, but our one is huge. So now, how's that going to affect us in the weekly stakes? Well, of course, this one is very more interesting. Probably lose by a bit, go down to 5th. Lose by a little bit, we'll probably stay in 4th. Lose by a lot, go down to 5th. We win, we go into 3rd. So, yeah, this is... Top 2's probably out of the equation. Hopefully we can try and get into that top 4, because we know how important that double chance is. So I will see you guys at the MCG for Melbourne and Adelaide. I think home, probably away is probably the best choice for kit. Anyway, though, huge clash, 3rd versus 4th, top 4 battle. See you guys at the MCG for Melbourne and Adelaide. See you there. I've got one of the games of the year coming up, I reckon. This is huge. Beating the Demons would be massive, and I really hope the kits don't clash. I don't really know what else we could have worn. Anyway, but we're gonna call heads, and we've lost the toss. So Melbourne have won the toss, and they are going to kick to the left of screen. Looks to be a really good crowd here as well, by the way. Huge crowd for this mammoth Sunday afternoon clash between Melbourne and Adelaide. Here we go. So we're underway. So Ben Brown, kick 10 for the year. Make that number 11. Soon as it left the boot, he was up and about. Wasn't the best, but it'll work to Chase Jones, who's into the team today. He drives it long. Looking for Taylor Walker. It would have been really nice to have seen that go to Taylor Walker. Walker now got it in the end. And to Chase Jones. Full credit to Chase Jones, who just kept on running. Hasn't been a regular in the team this year. Started mostly on the bench. But he wants a starting spot in this 22. In fact, in the starting 18 is what he wants. Cannot afford to give Melbourne time and space. And they're going to make us pay full price. Lever picked it up as it's quarter time, and Melbourne 2-2-14 lead Adelaide 7. I didn't get to go through any of the stats, but it doesn't really matter. I know that we're down. In fact, I can actually pause the game, go match summary, and we can still have a look at it. So again, getting beaten around clearance, inside 50s, getting smashed in there, +5. So look, it hasn't been the greatest so far. We've been alright, but yeah, definitely would like a strong quarter here if we want to try and get the job done today. It's only 7 points. It's been low scoring and scrappy, but Mitch Hinge, a very nice bit of play. Winning that 50-50 ball can be huge, and he pops through the goal. Back underway in the middle, out of centre clearance. That's where we are, just so strong. And well, we're going to do that this time. Wind back the clock perhaps. Sloan, Paddy Parnell, we cannot be missing this, and we don't. We hit the front off the back of some typical Adelaide brilliance. Got to get rid of it. To Darcy Fogarty. He knows how to kick a snapshot goal, and that will go down as one of the better ones from Darcy Fogarty. Long to the contest. Oliver, beautiful crumbing. Beautiful goal. Beautiful finish there from Clayton Oliver. Everything was just perfect about that. The nice smart handball over the head finishes off the quarter. We lead by 2 at the main break. Melbourne 3-5, 23 to Adelaide 4-1, 25. What a quarter of footy it has been so far at the MCG. Game on. Alright, huge second half coming up here. Other matches are still getting smashed around clearance at the moment. What else is there? Inside 50s 18 to 13, so again they're still winning that area as well relatively comfortably. But look, we've got a huge second half coming up. These are the leading stats at the moment. So no players kicked more than one goal so far. Hinge, Jones, Parnell, Fritsch, Oliver, Fogarty, Brown, all the ones to kick so far. Ben Brown has had a disastrous afternoon though with his 3 behinds. Disposals, kicks, handballs, there's everything. Max Gordon's actually been pretty good around the hit outs. This has been the one player which stopped O'Brien so far today, even though he's still winning that area. But look, we've got a huge second half coming up here from the MCG. It's a beautiful day for footy, and beautiful game that we've got here as well. And the game is up for grabs. It's just going to continue to heat on up. It's 3rd versus 4th. Huge second half underway from the MCG, and here we go. A lefty, so we're going to go for the left foot snap. Likes that off the boot. Good start. Petrarca. Boy, this man is a superstar. Cuts the margin back to a point, and although he has led for Taylor Walker, but that is nice. Riley Thilthorpe gets his first on the board today. The ball is being given back. Fogarty now to Luke Pedler in the pocket. Squeezed it home, I reckon. He has, and he loves to celebrate Luke Pedler. That is so close. Looked like it might have deviated off the post, but I don't think so. I think it was just the weird spin it had, but beautiful. Worrying, because Cozzy's in the area, and Cozzy kicks a nice goal on the run. Ben Brown, at ground level. Huge. 1 point game, and of course it's Petrarca. O'Brien, Viney, inside 50 ball. Duday and the siren will sound. I don't know who took the mark, but we are going to be saved by the siren. Huge game. We led the whole quarter, but boy, it was not easy. We're getting smashed around clearance. Inside 50s 29 to 17, getting smashed there. It's just being played in Melbourne's half, and yeah, you can't expect to win when that is happening. So it was a good quarter that quarter. We kicked 3 goals in the end, and 1 to start off the quarter, 2 in a row. But Melbourne have come back hunting. They've kicked the last 2 goals, and yeah, it feels like it hasn't been in our 50 for a very long time. So we're going to have to correct that if we want to win in the last quarter. Otherwise, this game will probably be Melbourne's to win, because they have been the much better side. Final term underway. We're going to go the snap to put us up by 7 points. He's done so in a low scoring game. Everything is critical. Don't want to speak too soon, but that is just a huge kick in this game. Just wants to go long. Taylor Walker, here we go. Isaac Rankin has been really quiet all day. This is his moment. Time to shine, Isaac Rankin. Huge now. Take the mark, not quite. Ben Keys now. Just got the ball going forward here at all costs. Fogarty. Lucky throw. All he needs to do is score. A goal would be better. A goal is what he gets. And game over at the MCG. One of the wins of all time for this football club. Into the pocket, there's a siren. A nice win indeed at the MCG. One which keeps our faint top 2 hopes alive. And again, it's another late blowaway. We've still got smashed around clearance and all that. Smashing inside 50 still, but the game was living in their end, and accuracy again is going to have another say this season, except not for us this time, for our opponents. But yeah, 6-9-45 to 11-5-71 in the end. A very nice win at the end of the day. A win which was very hard earned, but in the end we get the win, yeah, comfortably, I guess, in the end. And we'll go through some stats now. 3 goals for Thilthorpe, who actually finally came alive. Ben Brown missed all of his chances for the day. But yeah, here are some other stats as well. But yeah, definitely playing our best football at the right time. It was going to be a tough game. It was one which we really didn't want to lose, and here is the song for our beautiful win. There it is, another win, another beautiful win. And now our faint top 2 hopes are still alive. We do play Sydney later on in the year. That could come down to that as well, depending on how they go with their next couple of weeks. But top 4 now is getting closer. We are slowly and steadily getting closer to top 4. 26-point win. We're only a couple of games out of the top 2, and all of a sudden 2 wins away. And yeah, that is huge, depending on what Sydney do, because Geelong have fallen back a little bit and Sydney get the win. So probably Geelong now. It would have been great to have played them again. They smashed us earlier before, but now we meet up with the team which just had a draw with Collingwood last week, which is a huge draw as well in context of the year. Either way that game could have gone, it would have yeah, definitely affected the ladder. And yeah, golden opportunity next week to get a good win. Port Adelaide is still well and truly in the hunt, and that draw could harm them, or it could help them. They won't be able to get into the top 8 next round anyway, so probably going to be harm more than help. And again, same for Collingwood, probably will be harm more than help, but might be the thing which gets them into the finals as well. So probably top 4 for Collingwood might be unlikely, but it might help them get into the top 8. That is ladder at the moment though. Coleman medal now, we'll have a little look at that. 46 goals for Walker. Thilthorpe now second on 30 along with Toby Green. And then, yeah, Robot on 27-24 for the following: Rochelle, Rankin, Zerha, Cornelio, Spargo, and Atkins. So there's a lot on 24, but it's Walker's. He hasn't been the greatest in the last couple of weeks, but yeah, it's definitely Walker's to win. We've won our last 4. Port Adelaide, they are in horrendous form. Their last 5, starting with 5 weeks ago: loss, win, loss, win, draw. That's how it goes. So 3 losses, they've just won. Well, they got a win and they just had a draw. So yeah, pretty interesting form, but this is the one which we do need to desperately and want to see is the showdown next week. Of course, they always get interesting and stuff like that. Now, what are we going to do for these last couple of minutes? I mean, we don't have to do anything, actually. Run home. We'll go through that again because it always gets interesting. So Adelaide and Port next week, of course, is our one. Then we play the Suns, who are still striving for finals. They're still there. They can still make finals as well. They're on 36 points. They can still make finals. Can the Gold Coast Suns? I know that we play Brisbane at the Gabba as well. We play Sydney at the Adelaide Oval, and then we finish off our year against West Coast. So most teams are teams striving for the top 8. Port Adelaide in 12th. Gold Coast in 10th. Brisbane in 14th, we play West Coast in 18th, and then Sydney in 1st. So next couple of weeks are really tough. They're all against finals teams that want to have finals aspirations, and a couple of a really tough road trip to Brisbane to take on the Lions. Anyway though, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Really nice 26-point win over the Melbourne Demons at the MCG. Just gives us a little bit of breathing space, and of course next week is a showdown you are not going to miss. You're not going to want to miss that episode, so to ensure that you do not miss that episode, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel. Alright, anyway though, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Sending guys, names, another video on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Bye everyone. Flame Footy out.